Hi, grade 2. Today we will have also the grammar lesson. We will learn today how do we use commas. Before we start, what is a comma? What is a comma? Comma looks like this, but please be careful. Do not get confused comma with apostrophe. Apostrophe is written above the letters, while comma is written nicely down on the lines. So what is a comma? It's a punctuation mark that looks like this, and we use it with the same level of the letters on the line. So, how do we use commas? The commas have many ways how we use them. And today I will introduce you only to 4 of them. Not all of them, only to 4 of them. So please, let's get started. The 4 ways how we use the commas. This is the first way how we use the comma. We use the comma to separate the words in the series. Now you need to understand what is a series. I have a sentence here. Have a look. We had sandwiches, cookies, and fruits at the picnic. The series means group of words that have something in common. Group of words that have something in common. In this sentence, we had sandwiches, cookies, and fruits at the picnic. We talking about different kinds of fruits different kinds of foods that we had at the picnic, right? So we had sandwiches, we had cookies, and what else did we have? We had also fruits. These are 3 things that we had at the picnic. These are the words in the series. Now, to separate the words in the series, we using comma. So this is first word in the series, sandwiches. You need to put comma after sandwiches. This is the second word in the series, cookies. You need to put the comma after cookies. And fruits. This is the third thing that we had for the picnic. This is the third word in the series. The comma does not come here anymore. The last comma is before the word and. The last comma comes before the word end. So we use comma to separate words in the series. Series means group of words that have something in common. Like in this sentence, we're talking about different kinds of foods. We have 3 words in the series. We will put comma after first one and second one. The last comma is before the word end. We do not put comma after fruits. No, the last comma is before the word end. Let's see another example. I like to eat apples, oranges, and bananas. What I like to eat? 3 different kinds of fruits, right? These are words in the series. Apples, oranges, bananas. See, apples, it's a first word in the series, so I will put the comma after. Oranges is the second word in the series. I will put comma after it. And bananas is the last word in the series. The comma will be before the word end. No more commas. The last comma is before the word end. Do you understand? Good. Let's practice more. Today we will complete reading, grammar, and spelling lessons. We are talking about 3 different kinds of lessons. We're talking about reading lesson, about grammar lesson, And we're talking spelling lesson, right? These are the words in the series. Reading is the first one, so I will put the comma after it. Grammar is the second one. That means I will put comma after it. And spelling is the third one, but there will be no more comma. The comma is right before end. Some more examples. Look at the sentence here. Tom likes playing football, swimming, reading books, and drawing. Now, the words in the series can sometimes include phrases. You will ask yourself, what does Tom like? He likes playing football. We have a phrase. What else does he like? Swimming. What else does he like? Reading. What else does he like? Oh, sorry, reading books. That's phrase again. What else does he like? Drawing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that he likes. We have the first words in the series. We will put comma. Second words in the series. Swimming, we put comma. Reading books, it's a phrase, but it's a third part of the series. We put comma. And he also likes drawing. He likes 4. So we have 4 words in the series. Fourth one. So the comma, the last comma comes before the word end. And the last sentence where we will practice using comma in the series. We will take this lesson on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. These are the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So 3 words in the series, days of the week. First one is Sunday. We will put comma. Second is Monday. We will put comma. And third one is Tuesday. No more commas because the last comma comes before end. So please remember, words in the series are a group of words that have something in common. These words in the series must be separated with comma, and the last comma comes before the word end. Now, we use comma after the greeting and the closing of the friendly letter. If you're writing a letter to your friend, you need to start with a greeting. This is called greeting. Dear principal, dear principal, that is called greeting. Whoever you're writing the letter for, you write it in the greeting at the beginning of the letter. Dear principal, after the greeting you need to put comma. And when you finish your writing, the whole letter, you will write your student, comma, and then you will write your name, Rimi. Your student, comma, Rimi. Or you have example, dear Sari, that's a greeting. You need to put comma at the end of the greeting. You need to put comma at the end of the greeting. Your friend Mohammed, this is what we call closing of the letter. Closing. Your friend, comma, and your name Mohammed. So one more time, when you're writing a letter, this is called greeting. Dear Sari, at the end of the greeting you need to put comma. And this is called closing. Your friend Mohammed, you need to put the comma before your name. Your friend, comma, Mohammed. In the greeting, you put the comma after the name. In the closing, you put the comma before the name. One more example. Dear Mom and Dad, this is the greeting of the letter. What is this? The greeting of the letter. Where will you put the comma? At the end of the greeting. This is closing of the letter. What is this? Closing of the letter. And you put comma before your name. Your son, comma, Ahmed. So we use comma after the greeting and in the closing of the friendly letter before your name. At the end of the greeting, you put the comma, and in the closing, you put the comma before your name. In the greeting, you put the comma where? At the end of the greeting. And in the closing, where will you put the comma? Before your name. Let's practice a little bit. Dear Julia, I hope you are doing well. Hope to see you soon. Your friend Massa. Okay, this is a short letter. This is a short letter. Where we will put the commas? In the greeting. What is this? Greeting. What is this? Greeting. Where will you put the comma in the greeting? At the end. At the end. At the end of the greeting. Now we go to closing. This is closing. This is what? Closing. Where we will put the comma in the closing? Right here. Before the name. Before the name. After the words your friend, your son, your student, and then you're writing your name. So before you write your name, you need to put comma. Let's see one more example. Dear Ali. Yes, how are you, Ali? Are you okay? Miss you. Dear Ali, I went fishing on Saturday. Hope you can go next time. Friends forever, Seth. So, where shall we put the commas? In the greeting and in the closing. Here is the greeting, right? What is this? Greeting. Where will I put the comma in the greeting? After Ali, at the end. Very good. Where will I put the comma in the closing? Here, at the end, before the name. Before the name. Before the name Seth. So here, at the end of this line. One more example. Now we have, Dear Shahista, you did a great job at the ball game. Way to go. Your friend Ghazal. Okay, where are we going to put the commas right now? In the greeting and in the closure or closing. Where shall I put it in the greeting? At the end. Very good. Where shall I put it in the closing? Before the name, after the words your friend, and before the name Ghazal. And we have the last one. Let's go. Dear Sally and Sam, we miss you so much. Hope to see you very soon. Love, Grandma and Grandpa. We will put the comma in the greeting. Where? At the end. We will put the comma in the closing. Where? Before Grandma and Grandpa, because these people are writing the letter. So this is how we use the comma in the letters. Now, we use the comma between the name of the city and a state in an address. This is really a little bit difficult, so pay attention really hard. Here, when you're writing an address has 3 parts. Sometimes 2 parts, sometimes 3 parts. First part is the city. The city where people live. You need to give the city. The second part, because our books are American books, we need to write the state. State. if you have the letters like this, these are short letters for the name of the state. M and N stand for the short state Minnesota, Minnesota, Minnesota. And this is what we call a zip code. A zip code. Each state has a zip code. They are recognized by the numbers. So, in an address, you have three parts: city, state, and zip code. City, state, zip code. The comma must come between the city and the state. Between the city and the state, not between the zip code. So, this is a city, this is a short version of state Minnesota, and this is the zip code. Where will I put the comma in the address? Between the city and the state. Say it. Between the city and the state. Let's go to the next one. We have two more examples. Chico, CA, stands for California, 95926. We have three parts. City, California, it's a state, and the zip code. Where will I put the comma? Between the city and the state. Where will I put the comma? Between the city and the state. Right here. Here I have only two parts. There is no zip code. Sometimes we can say the address without the zip code. Berea, Kentucky. Berea, it's a city. Kentucky is a state. Where will I put the comma? Between city and the state. Where will I put the comma? Between city and the state. And one more example. Topeka, KS 54992. We have three parts. City, KS stands for Kansas. Kansas, it's a state. And we have a zip code. Where shall we put the comma? Between the city and the state. Where shall we put the comma? Between the city and the state. Right here. Or remember, after the city. And the last one, you have only two parts, city and the state. Delaware, Pennsylvania. Delaware, it's a city. Pennsylvania, it's a state. Where will I put the comma? Between the city and the state, or after the city, right here. So this is how we use a comma in an address. Now, the last one, we use also comma in the dates. We separate the day with the month and the year. Look at that. Here we have March 22, 2020 or 2020. The comma comes between the month and the year. Between the month and the year. Between the month and the year. The number 22 must be included to the month because every month has certain number of days. And March 22nd is the 22nd day of the month. So the number 22 with the March, with the month must be together. Do not put the comma to separate this number from the month. Never, ever. So the number 22 must be with the month. Look at that. We have Friday, April 17th. Here we separating day from the month. Between the day and the month, I need to put the comma. Here we have a month and the year. Month separated with the year. The comma is after month, but the number must be included with the month. Do not put the comma and do not separate this number from the month. They must go together, always together. Here we have a little bit longer date. Here we have a day, month, and a year. We will use two commas. Day, Sunday, comma, month with the number 13, comma, and the year 2017. So we separate the day from the month and from the year using two commas now. And one more time, Wednesday, July 4th, 1995. Again, we're using two commas because we're separating the day from the month. The number is included with the month, and the month we're separating from the year. So, when do we use the comma? To separate the words in the series, like here. Can you buy bread, milk, and eggs? We put the comma to separate the words in the series. The last comma is before the word end. We use the commas after the greeting and in the closing of the letter. When you have the greeting, dear teacher, you will put comma. When you have that closing, your student, then you write your name, you have to write the comma before your name. We use the comma between the name of the city and the states, like here. Buffalo, it's a city. Texas, it's a state. Put the comma between the city and the state. Asheville, North Carolina, 28728. This is city, state, and zip code. Put the comma after the city, between the city and the state. And the last one, we use the comma in the date to separate the day of the week from the month with the number and from the year. We will practice and complete the workbook pages in the next video.